Okay, good morning, Excellencies, distinguished guests, colleagues and friends, both here in Berlin and joining us online. My name is Janani Vivekananda, and I'm the Director of Climate Diplomacy and Security at Adelphi. And it is my honor to warmly welcome you all to this 7th edition of the Berlin Climate Security Conference. Climate, conflict, and cooperation in a turbulent era. This isn't just our theme for this year's conference, this is our reality. We find ourselves in a world where we're facing increasing climate, or accelerating climate impacts, increased resource strains, shifting or increasingly dynamic geopolitical relations, and public and political perceptions about climate change, which are unfortunately moving us further and further away from ambitious climate action. The stakes couldn't be higher, and yet our operating space in terms of finances and political will seem to be shrinking. Now, this might seem stark, and I guess it is, but there's still a lot that we can advance and achieve. And that's why this year's BCSC, as I hope we try to do every year, really tries to look at this turbulent reality that we're in and identify what we can actually do. So we'll be looking at this year at some really timely themes. For example, how the demand for critical raw materials that we need for a green transition are going to, or are already reshaping national security and geopolitical dynamics, how better or more innovative climate finance can better access and reach the most vulnerable communities in fragile states, how we can get better at our metrics of success. How can we actually show that integrated climate security programming actually works, what we're trying to do is actually impactful, and how we can reconcile the trade-off between speed versus sustainability when it comes to rebuilding post-conflict in the face of a changing climate. So this year's conference has 3 objectives: to promote concrete approaches to advancing climate security around the world, to advance policy coherence, both across sectors and across borders, and to generate collaboration and actionable recommendations necessary for implementation. So the urgency is clear, and so too are our opportunities. And I hope our discussions today will bolster our courage, our conviction, and also our creativity to be able to act decisively and ambitiously in the context that we find ourselves in, as difficult as it might be. So I invite you to share your reflections and your insights, your highlights from today's discussions using social media, using Blue Sky and LinkedIn. The hashtag is BCSC 2025. You can see our social media handles on the screen now, and also in the information section of the conference app. But before we begin our first session, it is my great honor to invite His Excellency Dr. Geza Andreas von Geier, the State Secretary of the German Federal Foreign Office, to give us an opening impulse and set the tone for today's discussions. Afterwards, I will leave you in the very capable hands of Swati Veeravalli, a climate security expert known to many of you in this room, I'm sure, who will be our MC and will be guiding us expertly through the rest of today's programs. So thank you again, and I look forward to a productive and inspiring conference. Excellency, the floor is yours.